Well, we think that this is the #1 pearl in our Pearls of Brittany tour. Welcome to another Crazy Ride, and in this video we are taking you on our ride 2 of the Pearls of Brittany tour. And well, it's not really in Brittany, it's on the border between Normandy and Brittany, but we just couldn't miss this. So we have a stop in this ride with a view on Mont Saint-Michel. Hi, Muriel here, joined by Johan, as we fuel up your passion for two-wheeled adventures through Europe. So dive into our ebooks, ready-to-ride GPX files and video guides, and then planning your self-guided motorcycle tour will be a breeze. And a Crazy Rides adventure is always on us. Well, and this is ride 2 of our Pearls of Brittany tour. And we should be in for a treat as we are exploring some of the gems that this part of Brittany has to offer, and all with some nice riding in between, of course. And the ride is a bit over 200 kilometers, 130 miles, which should give you some time if you want to explore the highlight of this, well, maybe whole tour. But anyway, let's go and see, and let's go crazy! And then it's time for our first stop of this ride, and we've added a stop in the GPX file that you can download because you can go and experience this ride yourself. But we added a stop in Saint-Aubin-du-Comier. It should be at this little plus. There should be a bar open. That's called, I think, Le Carroir, something. Let's have a look. It's a very nice little city, and if you want, you can walk around and, well, what they say, admire some historical buildings. Le Carroir. Parking spots, yep. But although it looks very, well, quite quiet at this moment, this used to be, well, this was the place where a very important battle took place in the, what is called the War of the Breton Succession, because the Battle of Saint-Aubert-de-Ducomier on July 8, I think 1488, between King Charles VIII of France and Francis II, the Duke of Brittany, took place in this region, and the defeat of Francis II in that battle still commemorates the end of Brittany's independence. Coffee! Well, after a very nice ride, we just got our first view on our next stop, the awe-inspiring and UNESCO World Heritage listed Mont Saint-Michel. And it really lures us in like many other tourists with its, well, fairy tale like allure. We just need that thunderstorm to pass, please. Mont Saint-Michel, a pearl of, well, it's not Brittany, it's Normandy, but on the border with Brittany, so we thought that we could visit in our Pearls of Brittany's tour, because I think it's a pearl of France, anyway. But if you want to visit Mont Saint-Michel, you have to park at parking number 9, and you do pay a fee for the parking, but then the bus going up and down to Mont Saint-Michel is free, so that would be the best way to go. In this route we are just sticking with the view, so we will add a stop at this side so you can get this view and maybe have some lunch here in one of the facilities down here. If you are visiting Mont Saint-Michel, we do have a separate video with our tips on what to do in Mont Saint-Michel, so we will link that video up there. This is lunch with a view of Mont Saint-Michel. And then we are already gonna leave this pearl because we're here for the riding. And I don't think we will be that lucky, but our next stop should give you, if the weather is good, a view on Mont Saint-Michel still, because we're going to another pearl of Brittany, and that's the oyster capital of Cancale. This is Cancale, a very charming coastal town situated on this famous rugged coastline of Brittany and giving some spectacular views on the Atlantic Ocean. And we did see the silhouette of Mont Saint-Michel coming down. And here in its harbour you can see that its maritime heritage is evident, and Cancale is famous for its oysters. They are plump and fresh, as they say, because they're harvested just here at the beds close to Cancale town. And right next to the lighthouse there is a marché de huîtres where you should be able to taste some if you want, or otherwise at one of the many restaurants here at the seafront. But we added this bike parking as a stop if you want to enjoy this pearl of Brittany. before we will try to hit the coastline again for the last 25 kilometers, some 15 miles to get back to Saint-Malo, we are crossing the center of Cancale, and we should be seeing the statue Les Laveuses d'Huîtres, the oyster washers, and that is as a remembrance to all the women who traditionally worked here. Oh, it's just in front. To all the women who worked in the oyster industry. So to all the women in the oyster industry, because they were washing and selecting the harvested oysters, and it is a symbol for their hard work, resilience, and community spirit that helped to make the oyster industry, local oyster industry, a success. And it's very nice weather at the moment. After that last part, nice part of the ride for us, as you can see, very wet part of the ride, our journey comes full circle as we are back in Saint-Malo. And despite the wet, we still really enjoyed this ride, and we hope that you will enjoy it too if you are going on your self-guided motorcycle tour and doing the Pearls of Brittany tour, because you can download everything. Just head to our website, add the rides to your free account, and then you can download the ebook and ready to write GPX file that will complement this video guide. And to help you even more, we have tips on where to stay in Saint-Malo if you're doing this tour, all with suitable parking for your bike, and that video will be in the middle of your screen. And then we hope that we were still able to show you that this ride is very nice, and that you liked this video. And if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, so we will see you on our next crazy ride. Bye bye!